This One's Wife. Did she stalk Harry? Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. This One's Wife and Harry's relationship was revealed in 2016. In 2017, they became engaged, and by 2018, they were married. As William pointed out, the relationship had moved with undue haste, and that is one of the red flags of the narcissist's behaviour, to move the relationship to a more serious footing as quickly as possible. Nevertheless, whilst the circumstances of them coming together tends to be rather blurred with differing stories, there's also the suggestion that this one's wife was actually stalking Harry beforehand. Now, it is certainly the case that the narcissist will, in certain instances, target a victim and undertake certain groundwork and preparatory work before moving in to draw them in. In some instances, it's less calculated or less preparatory. And I explain in my excellent book, Sitting Target, the things that the narcissist looks for in relation to potential victims. And I provide you with examples of where the hunting of that victim is done instinctively by certain narcissists and with premeditated calculation in the case of aware narcissists. Is it the case, however, that this one's wife was tracking Harry beforehand? Did she take steps to decide that he was the one? We know that she was in the market for a British man, wealthy and well-connected, and we know that she was hunting for an appropriate individual, and that Harry fitted the bill in that regard. But was it the case that she actually stalked him beforehand, or was it the case that they had a meeting put together by friends and it went from there? Well, I'm going to provide you with both sides of the argument, and as usual, you can make a determination as to what you think was the actual outcome. Their relationship, of course, is one of the most scrutinised romances in modern history. From their fairy tale wedding in 2018 to their decision to step back from royal duties in 2020, many aspects of their union have sparked intense public debate. One of the claims is the allegation that this one's wife stalked Prince Harry before they officially began dating. It suggests premeditated pursuit, involving research, social manoeuvring, and even physical proximity to engineer a meeting with the prince. Proponents of this theory often point to inconsistencies in the couple's public narratives, alleged prior connections, and this one's wife's ambition as an actress seeking higher social status. Others dismiss it as baseless gossip, fueled by tabloid sensationalism, royalist biases, and online conspiracy theories. The term stalking isn't being utilised in its legal sense, which is an unwanted pursuit that causes distress, but I'm utilising the term in more popular discourse, where it's loosely used to describe aggressive social climbing or calculated networking. That isn't to undermine the nature of stalking, but to recognise that it comes in differing forms. Allegations that this one's wife stalked Prince Harry predate their public relationship announcement in 2016. These claims portray this one's wife as positioning herself to intersect with Harry's world, leveraging her acting career and social connections. One prominent source is Tom Bower's 2022 biography, Revenge, This One's Wife, Harry and the War with the Windsors, which asserts that this one's wife engaged in enormous planning to meet Harry. Bower, a veteran investigative journalist, alleges she frequented London's Soho House, a members-only club popular with royals and celebrities, where she befriended Marcus Anderson, a key figure in Harry's circle. Anderson reportedly facilitated introductions, but critics of this one's wife suggested she cultivated this friendship years earlier with the intent of accessing elite networks. The book claims this one's wife asked friends, "Do you know any famous guys? I'm single and I really love English men," positioning Harry as a target. This narrative paints her as a social climber, using Harry to elevate her status from a supporting actress to global fame. Online communities amplify these claims. Users frequently discuss how this one's wife allegedly cyberstalked Harry's family, including his sister-in-law Catherine and aunt Pippa Middleton, by mimicking their styles and undergoing surgery to resemble them. Threads claim leaked photos depict Harry's protection officers escorting this one's wife away, implying unwanted advances. There's also reference to a vision board that this one's wife allegedly kept with Harry's image, symbolising her fixation. Posts on X repeat these allegations, accusing her of stalking Diana's memory by copying her outfits and also wearing the same perfume that Diana wore when she went on a date with Harry. Furthermore, manipulating Harry with suicide claims, echoing his mother's struggles. There was a photograph from a polo match which alleged that this one's wife positioned herself nearby despite dating someone else, so that she was watching Harry. It was suggested also that she's infiltrated Harry's social scene via events like Glastonbury. Inconsistencies in the couple's story fuel suspicion. In their 2017 engagement interview, this one's wife claimed she knew little about Harry and didn't Google him. However, in the 2022 Netflix docuseries Harry and This One's Wife, she admits checking his Instagram feed before their date. Critics argue this indicates deception. A 2019 Mercury News article quotes ghosted friends saying Harry fitted her plans for a UK boyfriend and UK claim. It's also been claimed that she targeted Harry after failed attempts with other high-profile men. It's also the case that reference was made to when she gatecrashed Tom Skippy's wedding, where Harry had knocked things on the head, and yet she wouldn't let go, that she continued to monitor where he would be, and that she gatecrashed this wedding in order to persuade him to give her another chance. Photographs, which have been regularly seen, appear to demonstrate a rather down-the-mouth Harry being given a good talking to by this one's wife, where she is seeking to steer him back into her clutches, gripping him, giving the evils to other people with the death stare. This is often provided as evidence of continuing stalking behaviour, which, whilst it doesn't predate the start of their relationship, it is put forward as evidence of the way that she has stalked him, because he had ended the relationship, but narcissist as she is, she wouldn't take no for an answer and continued to find where he was and continued to hoover him or stalk him, as other people would say. Countering the narrative is, of course, the couple's official account. The consensus from many sources is that this one's wife and Harry met in July 2016 via a mutual friend, Violet von Westenholz, who set up a blind date. Harry's memoir Spare details this, emphasising this one's wife's lack of royal knowledge. She asked if he was the Prince of Wales initially, confusing him with William. In their 2017 BBC engagement interview, both insisted it was organic. Harry said, "I'd never even heard of her," and this one's wife echoed knowing little beyond basic tabloid headlines. Their Netflix series reinforces this, showing early texts and dates in London and Botswana. Naturally, of course, given that it's their narrative and one that's particularly influenced by this one's wife, it's going to portray a picture which is different to that which might have occurred. She's hardly going to admit to engaging in such stalking through official channels. Timelines from Elle, Harper's Bazaar and Business Insider corroborate this, noting no evidence of prior contact. Again, however, this may well be as a consequence of them being fed the narrative by this one's wife. A 2023 Vanity Fair piece argues it's plausible that this one's wife didn't Google the royals, citing her busy career on Suits and disinterest in British monarchy as an American. But given the fact that it's been demonstrated that that was a clear lie with regard to not knowing anything about the royal family beforehand, the fact that this one's wife seeks to maintain a narrative that she wasn't involved with Harry beforehand is cross-polluted by her lies in respect of other matters. Critics of the stalking theory highlight the lack of concrete proof. The 2013 photo, central to many claims, shows no actual interaction. Online sleuths admit it's speculative. Videos such as How This One's Wife Caught Prince Harry are sensationalised, lacking verifiable sources. Bauer's book, while detailed, relies on anonymous insiders and has been accused of bias by pro-This One's Wife outlets. This One's Wife's pre-Harry life appears to contradict the obsession. She dated chef Cory Vitiello until 2016 and focused on humanitarian work. However, there are instances of the suggestion that in actual fact the relationships overlapped, which again is invariably something that can be found in the behaviour of the narcissist, where they start to involve themselves with a new relationship whilst maintaining the old. The incumbent intimate partner primary source is cheated on as the narcissist seeks out a replacement. The fact is that it is only really the narrative that has been pushed by This One's Wife, and to a lesser extent by Harry, that supports that they had nothing to do with one another prior to 2016. It is other evidence that suggests that there was prior involvement. And of course, keeping in mind the fact that she is a narcissist, certain narcissists will target the individual beforehand, building up a picture of who they are, looking at their social media, finding out information about them, possibly going to places where the victim is to study them and learn more about them before actually moving in for the kill, so to speak. Although This One's Wife has repeatedly denied knowing anything about Harry beforehand, her denials lack substance in light of the fact that she has been proven to have lied about that and has told many other lies, meaning that her credibility is very weak indeed. Overall, it would be entirely typical for a narcissist to try and seek out information about their prey beforehand, and particularly where dealing with a famous individual such as Harry. But what do you think, valuable viewers? Do you think it's simply the stirrings of online conspiracy theorists that believe that she stalked him beforehand and they did meet as a consequence of a blind date? Or do you believe there's inconsistencies in those stories? The nature of her as a narcissist and the other evidence that I've referred to demonstrate that she was stalking Harry before they actually got together. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section, and I will also provide you with the opportunity to vote on the channel. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.